The man was horrified to find a weird doll had appeared on the table at some point, and the doll's appearance looked very similar to their deceased daughter. From then on, Lisa began to take care of the doll. She not only cut her nails and hair, she even put her daughter's clothes on the doll. Lisa soon got over the loss of her daughter. A year later, Lisa and her husband had a baby. Naturally, the doll was left out in the cold. That day, the baby wouldn't stop crying, so Lisa found the doll and put it next to her daughter. And sure enough, the baby stopped crying. Lisa went to the living room to talk to her mother about the incident. Suddenly, there was an urgent cry on the monitor. They panicked and went to the baby's room. They realized that the baby had a few hairs wrapped around his neck. After comparing them to the doll's hair, the doll was thrown aside again. After this strange incident, Jack decided to place the doll inside a glass cabinet inscribed with a spell. 5 years later, their daughter Anna had grown up, but that day when they came home, Anna spilled her marbles. One of them rolled into the utility room. The next moment, Anna walked up to her mother clutching the doll. But strangely, the doll's hair had not only grown long, and her fingernails grew back, but seeing as how her daughter loved the doll, Lisa didn't give it a second thought. The next day, Anna invited her classmates to play with her doll, but her classmates tore the doll's arms. The next moment the student came out crying, and there were 2 teeth marks on her arm. At night, Lisa was walking down the corridor when she noticed a dark shadow flashing in her daughter's room. When she opened the door, she saw her daughter sitting on a stool with her face covered. She was angry that all the pictures of her eldest daughter had been colored in black. When she took off her daughter's hood, she realized it was the doll. The next moment, her daughter walked in, puzzled. That night a figure climbed into Lisa's bed. Lisa thought it was her daughter Anna, but when she turned on the light, she realized it was the doll again. From that moment on, Lisa began to feel intimidated by the doll. So that day, after taking her daughter to school, she put the doll in a rubbish bag and threw it out by the side of the road. But when she got home, she heard a knock at the door. She went out into the hallway and found the doll in her house again. She couldn't stand the fear. She threw a rolling pin at the dolls. But when she was done, she turned around and realized the doll was sitting on her daughter's bed, and it was Lisa's daughter lying on the floor. Luckily, it was all in Lisa's nightmare. But the knocking on the door didn't stop. When Lisa opened the door, the mannequin reappeared in a strange way, so she ran after the rubbish truck with the doll again. But not long after, suddenly there was the sound of police sirens downstairs. Lisa immediately went to the sound, only to see the rubbish truck should have been crushed dolls had become the legs of the sanitation worker. The police rushed to pull up the curtain, but then Anna took the doll out again. Lisa froze in her tracks. When she got home, she saw on the CCTV, she saw her daughter talking to the doll. Lisa hadn't realized that she'd already scratched her own arm with several bloody marks. The next morning, her daughter wanted to play hide and seek with her. Exhausted, Lisa followed the sound to her bedroom. There was a figure under the quilt, but when she opened it, there was nothing. So she looked under the bed, but then the bed moved again. A small figure ran out of the bedroom. The next moment, a figure appeared under the quilt and walked out, looking at the bath towel scattered in front of the bathroom door. Lisa fearfully pushed open the door but was shocked to find that a pair of young hands were on the washing machine. Lisa was about to yell at her, but she pulled her hands back. The next moment a figure appeared out of nowhere. It was only when Lisa looked back that she realized it was her daughter, Anna. Soon after, her husband arrived at the hospital. Luckily, her daughter only suffered a minor head injury, but the doctor advised Lisa to have a checkup. After his wife left, the doctor found that Anna's back was covered in scratches. After examination, it turned out that Lisa's depression had returned. That's why she did something to hurt herself and her daughter. Her husband suggested that she be hospitalized, but Lisa asked her husband to take the dolls to a nearby temple and burn them as soon as possible. Jack called the temple that night, but he was told that this month's offerings were full. But when Jack sent a photo of the glass case containing the dolls, he agreed to do it without hesitation. Realizing that something was wrong, his husband immediately began to check the glass case, but he found a shocking discovery.